Hello everyone. We were doing the first chapter of 10th class, that is chemical reactions and equations. We have studied about the definition of chemical reaction, chemical equations and the types of chemical reaction. Next topic is exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction is a reaction in which heat is released along with the product is known as exothermic reaction. As its name, exothermic. Thermic word is related with heat and exo means release. Thus, reaction in which heat is released along with the product. So this reaction is known as exothermic reaction. We may take the example. For example, first example लेते हैं हम CH4 plus O2. CH4 is methane. What is the formula of oxygen? So when methane react with the oxygen, the 2O2, it will produce CO2 plus H2O plus amount of heat is released with that of the or along with the products. So heat is released here. So it's formed on the combustion of the methane or any carbonic compound. So that form the carbon dioxide and water, and heat is released during the reaction. So this is the example of exothermic reaction. Another example included in the syllabus is C6H12O6 plus 6O2. It gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. So here a certain amount of energy release. So this is the glucose. C6H12O6 is the formula of glucose. O2 oxygen. It forms CO2 and H2O. So this is the which process? A respiration process. So this is the respiration process. So in our respiratory system, respiration process occur. So during the respiration, glucose breakdown takes place with the help of oxygen. So oxygen break down the glucose into the carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. And this released energy is used by our body parts, body cells and tissues by performing the different activities or different functions. So this is the respiration. So during the respiration process, glucose break down with that of oxygen. So oxygen help to break the glucose molecule into carbon dioxide and water, and energy release here. And this energy here, it is utilized by our body cells and tissues by performing the different functions. So this is the process of respiration. So the respiration is also an exothermic reaction. This question asked very or many times in the examination, why the respiration is known as exothermic reaction. So we can easily describe this question. Respiration is the process by which glucose is breakdown with that of oxygen. We may also describe as during the respiration process, oxygen break down the glucose molecule into the carbon dioxide and water, and here the certain amount of energy is released. So thus in this reaction, energy released, thus this is known as exothermic reaction, and the glucose is stored in our cells or tissues during the digestion of the food particles. When we eat the certain food particles like the wheat, maybe rice, etc. So that deposited in our body cells after the digestion in the form of glucose. When we respire, so we intake the oxygen, and this oxygen break this glucose into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released here. So this, in this reaction, energy release. So energy release takes place during the reaction. This is known as exothermic reaction. So this is the about exothermic reaction. Next reaction is endothermic reaction. Endo means requirement, absorbment of the thermic means heat. So heat is absorbed during this reaction. In exothermic, heat released. In endothermic reactions, heat absorbed. So thus a reaction in which heat is required. Heat required to break down the reactant is known as endothermic reaction. In endothermic reactions, heat required to break down the reactant. So reactant, when absorb the heat, they break to give the reaction or to produce the product. We may take an example. For example, we are having CaCO3. On heating of CaCO3, CaCO3 is calcium carbonate. So when calcium carbonate is heated, it gives CaO plus CO2 and break down into the calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So thus this type of the reactions in which the heat is required to performing the reaction or to break the reactant. So these type of the reactions are known as endothermic reactions. Our next topic is precipitation reaction. These reactions also asked in the examinations. That is precipitation reaction. Precipitation reactions are those reactions in which precipitates also known as PPTs in short form are formed. So reactions in which precipitates are formed are known as precipitation reaction. Precipitates are the solid substances. So when we add the reactant and they form precipitates with that of the product. So during the formation of the products, the substances they are as a precipitates. We may take the example. For example, we are having example when Na2CO3 plus PaCl2, Na2CO3 plus BaCl2, it's Na2SO4 plus BaCl2, it react to give BaSO4 plus 2NaCl. Na2SO4 is sodium sulfate. When sodium sulfate react with barium chloride, this is barium chloride, BaCl2, it forms BaSO4, that is barium sulfate, and This barium sulfate is the solid white PPTs of barium sulfate are formed, and this is NaCl, that is known as sodium chloride. So along with the sodium chloride, the white PPT of barium sulfate are formed. So in these reactions, white PPTs are formed. So the reaction is known as precipitation reaction. Next topic is corrosion. What is corrosion? Corrosion is the simply eating away of upper surface of metal when it comes with contact of air and moisture. The corrosion is known as the process of eating away of the upper surface of metal when it comes with contact of air and moisture. So when the upper layer of the metal it comes with the contact of air and moisture, so that is upper surface become corroded or rusted. So that is known as corrosion. So this process is known as the corrosion. So we will take the example. For example, rusting of iron. Second, blackening of silver. Third, green patches over copper. So by understanding these examples, you easily understand the process of corrosion. Rusting of iron. A small brown layer formed over the surface of iron, that is known as rusting of iron. The upper layer of the iron it damaged with when it comes with the contact of air and moisture. It forms the iron oxide or ferric oxide. The upper layer of the iron it is get damaged and form the brown substance. So the metal of the iron or the substance made up of the iron, it corroded and rusted easily when we left the iron open areas during the rainy season. So we react with the air and moisture and form the brown layer of the rust or the surface of metal made up of iron. Blackening of silver. Silver becomes black after the sometimes during the reacting with the oxygen. The blackening of silver takes place. Green patches of the copper. The particles made up of the copper, their upper layer becomes greenish. So this is due to the corrosion. So they corroded. So this topic, corrosion, is that we will study deeply in the next lesson, that is metals and non-metals. Next topic is, that is last topic of the chapter, that is known as rancidity. Rancidity. What is rancidity? Fat or oily substances. The substances made up of or the food articles that are made up of the fat or oil. So when they left for sometimes after a long time, they oxidize and their smell and taste changes. So their smell and taste changes due to the oxidation of the articles or the food particles made up of the fats and oils. So their smell and taste changes. So this process is known as rancidity. So rancidity is, what is the rancidity? So rancidity is the change in the smell or taste of food articles or food materials made up of fat or oil after a long time due to their oxidation, or after getting their oxidized. So when they oxidized, the food particles that are made up of the oil or fat, they become rancid. So their taste and the smell, it changes, and that process is known as rancidity. So these articles made of the fat and the oil, after a long time, their taste and smell changes because they get oxidized. So we use to prevent them get rancid. So there are certain antioxidants are used, or maybe they kept in the sealed packets. So they are kept in the sealed packets, or certain antioxidants mixed with these food metals, so we can save them getting rancid. There is a nitrogen gas is act as antioxidants when certain snacks or chips etc. packed in packets. So there is nitrogen gas filled inside these packets of chips and snacks, and this nitrogen gas help them to prevent from getting rancid. So thus nitrogen gas is filled in the packets of chips and snacks. So this was our last topic, and the chapter is finished. You cover all the chapter and read and write carefully. Thank you.